listeners.
Joke's on you guys. I put LSD in that pizza.
Hey, man,
That would make for a heck of an episode.
it'd be a good episode. You know.
You're sitting at a bar in San Francisco in the 1950s. The neon flickers, your martini is smooth, and the world feels normal. Except, your drink has just been spiked with LSD by the CIA. And you're about to become a test subject. No warning, no consent. Just government-issued psychedelics with a side of paranoia. Hey there, listeners, and welcome back to Fear and Flame Podcast. I'm Brooklyn.
I'm Mason.
Wyatt.
And today we're talking about the CIA. So, strike a match, light a candle, and settle in. This one is sure to ignite some fear.
Just sounds like an average campus corner experience, right? I mean,
Whenever I thought about, man, spooky season, October, Halloween time, what is the scariest thing?
it's good and roofied.
Government.
The government. The government is the scariest thing I could
okay.
think of. So,
Yeah, they're pretty bad too.
the worst part is it's real. So we're going to get into some real stories.
I mean, not
things
anymore.
that
We shut that sucker down. See
we're
ya.
going to regret it, though.
Probably.
I've watched
Probably.
some TikToks, so we're going to regret that.
Yeah.
The CIA, there's a few things the CIA has done that has actually been proven. They've released documents on it, and we're going to talk about them. The first of which I'm sure a lot of people are probably already know about, but is MK Ultra.
Oh, yeah.
So the LSD experiments, that's what we pulled in, so we'll start with that first. This says, the CIA in the 1950s was obsessed with one thing. Could the mind be hacked? With the Cold War paranoia running high, whispers of Soviet brainwashing convinced U.S. intelligence that they had to get there first. Their answer was MK Ultra, a project with a name that sounds more like a Marvel villain than a government program. Go researching all of this stuff, the names that the CIA comes up with is insane. Like Project.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, I mean they're
Hey, you know,
They're pretty good.
they're worth a couple bill, I think. You know, the stuff they come up with.
the experiments centered on LSD, which at the time was still a relatively new and mysterious chemical. The CIA's theory was simple. If a few drops could send someone spiraling into hallucinations, then maybe it could break down the human psyche, erase memories, plant suggestions, even build programmable assassins. But instead of asking for volunteers, the CIA thought, better science means better surprises. So they dosed people without consent. Prisoners, mental hospital patients, soldiers, and even their own colleagues. One project called Operation Midnight Climax, a code name entailed of safe houses set up in San Francisco and New York. Prostitutes were hired to lure unsuspecting men in, lace their drinks with LSD, and allow CIA observers to watch hidden behind one-way mirrors. The experiments didn't stop there.
Who came up with this?
The
Who in the boardroom?
That the name was Operation Midnight
Climax.
Like it, yeah. I feel like who sat down? Somebody had to sit down, and another guy had to sit down across from, and had to explain the idea. And this guy was like, "Yep,
That's a great idea.
I love it.
that works.
Well, how much money you guys need?
We fund this.
How much money do you need?
Yeah, like here's the check."
It's insane. The experiments didn't stop there. The CIA also ran covert tests in bars, restaurants, and even on beaches. The results were often messy. Psychotic breaks, paranoia, or in tragic cases, death. One of the most infamous stories is that of Frank Olson, which is that Wormwood documentary, like docuseries that is about a government scientist who was secretly dosed with LSD by his colleagues. Days later, he plunged to his death from a hotel window. Was it suicide, or was he pushed because he knew too much? The debate rages on to this day.
Imagine you go to work and your coworkers are just like, "Yeah, we're gonna spike his coffee with some LSD." Do you know how like interesting of a day you would have at the very least? I'd have a great day.
I'd probably be.
It'd
like,
be more
"Goodbye."
interesting than the typical, like,
Yeah,
you know.
The
Just
hallucinations
consider
would
you're
send
going
me over.
schizophrenic, yeah.
Like I would probably die for sure. Like I think I would die.
I think it was Steve Jobs that said LSD was one of the best decisions he's ever made. Really? I think it was. So, you know.
This is the dirtiest job I've ever had.
His
Steve
Darren,
Jobs.
Yeah, I don't know what. I don't think. Not Mike Rowe.
Yeah.
That's Two different characters.
iPads.
Yeah. I don't know if Mike Rowe has dropped LSD or not.
Why did I think that his last name might have been Jobs because he
No.
does the dirty jobs?
No.
50th in education. So,
Okay.
this is a great episode.
Then come the conspiracies. Rumors that entire towns were drugged. Some stories claim that in certain rural communities, people reported bizarre hallucinations and mass hysteria, possibly tied to the CIA experiments. Official proof is thin, since in 1973, CIA Director Richard Helms ordered most MKUltra files to be destroyed. An example. This is an example of a French town. It's called the town of Pont-Saint-Esprit in August of 1951, where villagers began hallucinating violently. One man jumped from a window believing he could fly. Another screamed that snakes were crawling out of his stomach, and children ran through the streets convinced monsters were chasing them. Over 200 people were affected, and 7 died. At the time, officials blamed ergo fungus and the local bread. But decades later, journalist Hank Albarali uncovered CIA documents hinting at something darker. This may have been an MKUltra field experiment. The papers even tied the event to CIA scientist Frank Olson, who was directly involved in LSD research. 2 years later, Olson himself died, as we know, falling from that window. Falling. They thought it could be an assassination to keep him quiet. So, was Pont-Saint-Esprit struck by a bad bread, or was it the test site for a CIA experiment? To this day, the truth is buried in shadows, but there's another story about Canada. It can't be proven, I guess, but a Canadian town that was, the whole water was, like, drugged with LSD, and there were similar things that happened. They say it can't be proven because there's not documentation on it. But this one, I think, was probably
Barely
legit.
documented.
We're in the French people?
Oh, wow,
Man.
over. I mean, why not?
Shoot, son.
Hey, they surrendered in World War II. I mean,
Is that what we're banking on? Is that maybe they'll just like, if they find out, they're just like, well,
Well,
you know, we'll let it slide this time.
Yeah.
Guys, it's okay.
it's just one town.
Yeah. 200.
That's
light work.
fine.
It's okay.
Ted Kaczynski was part of the MK Ultra.
Really? I did not
So
know
they think.
that.
Yeah.
In
So they
college.
think. We're not going over
Oh,
this?
actually,
Yeah.
I have heard about, because with his professor, right? His professor was doing,
Doing thought experiments to
Yeah.
where he
Yes.
was like, because part of it was like to where he basically
forgot
just
about that.
dogged on
Yeah,
his work and was like,
Like every thought he had was wrong, and
yeah, Ted was like,
manipulating him, and yeah.
they
What
think
were we
he
doing?
was. And then I think there's, I believe there's files to prove that Charles Manson was.
Really?
Yeah.
So all of our big killers up in this country, all of our...
I mean, like, I don't know if I'd say Ted Kaczynski. That's, I think he got like
kill
one.
a bunch.
He got, like,
I mean, if he
two.
could, he
one or
was
two
going
people.
to, though.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
going to keep.
And like, who's like, yeah, we need to pick out a guy.
People who are already
To
unstable. Let's
mind
go
control.
ahead and...
We're gonna pick Ted.
Yeah.
Ted feels like a good option. Mm-hmm. It seems like maybe it'll work on him.
Yeah.
I think. And,
And
yeah.
they are just seeing how far they can break something.
Yeah, I think they were just grabbing groups, because it was at colleges. So I think they just got unlucky when they grabbed Ted.
They were just like, well, this is a problem
It
for
seemed
another
like
day.
they got unlucky a lot with this particular MK Ultra for sure.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, in general, you start slipping people LSD. I don't know if the success rate
Yeah, it's very high.
gets too high, but yeah, I think. I mean, seriously.
I think their goal was to basically make people into soldiers, I think. Can they get rid of your personality? Can they make you able to dismiss interrogation? Like, can you make it through interrogations? I think they were just doing anything they could to rebuild you mentally, I think. LSD is just a great drug for that.
They should try SSRIs.
Get you on one of those benzo or...
And and they probably have.
Yeah.
They probably will. Like, well,
Like, your name's Tom McKenzie, and you're a killer now. And they're just like, all right.
let's see what these perks do to the fella. Maybe they're the key. Seriously though, I can't imagine like all the different things that they tried to to like get to that point? Because if your goal is like, yeah, we're gonna have brainwashed, rewritten human like emotions and thoughts.
I'm sure it was more than LSD.
Yeah, that's probably just the one that had the best like outcome out of all of them. But
everyone else probably just died pretty quick after.
Yeah, they're like, well,
to see what.
Like, it seems like meth is not the right.
Yeah,
not the right.
Let's move on to the next.
Let's see
sure.
what.
Roofiing people.
Roofies? Yeah, I don't know. That's a really bad method if you want a super soldier. Slipping him a couple of roofies. Not nearly as effective as he was. But if we're going to have super soldiers, I feel like LSD, you know, they're already seeing enough. I don't know if that helps.
I don't know if hallucinations is
if we're going to... If that's going to add on
let's
anything.
traumatize people and then let's put them on a hallucination. Like, no.
Let's give them super PTSD. Let's see what happens.
Next part is the CIA and the Philippine vampire trick.
Oh, yeah.
So, if dosing your own population with acid wasn't strange enough, let's head overseas to the Philippines, where the CIA allegedly tried a different kind of psychological warfare, which is monsters. In the Filipino folklore, one of the most feared creatures is the aswang, or aswang. I'm not sure how they say it. A vampire-like shapeshifter that prowls the night, drinking blood, devouring unborn children, and spreading terror in villages.
Another day in the Philippines.
How are you getting to the unborn child?
I don't know, but that's what they believe.
No, that's skill.
I think there's something wrapped around that unborn child.
The belief is so
Surgical,
strong
you know?
that even the hardened skeptics grow uneasy when the sun goes down.
Well, if he's hitting unborn babies, I'd be worried too.
What can he do to you? You know what I mean?
Long's giving epidurals.
He's got you know?
It was the early 1950s, deep in the Philippine jungle. U.S. forces and the CIA were assisting the Philippine government in its fight against the Hakabalahap.
You didn't even try.
They have another name. Let me look it up. The Hukbalahaps.
Don't think that we're
The
close.
hooks. The hooks. Hukbalahaps.
We're almost there.
The hook.
The hooks.
They would call them the
No more hooks.
The hooks.
Like you.
The hooks.
A communist guerrilla movement that had grown strong after World War II. Conventional warfare wasn't working, and the rebels knew the terrain, the people, and the fear. So, the CIA decided to use a weapon more powerful than guns or bombs. Folklore. They hatched a plan. Small CIA-backed units would identify a rebel stronghold, quietly abduct one fighter from the group, and kill him. Then, under cover of darkness, they would puncture his neck, drain some of his blood, and leave the body where it would be found. Word would spread fast that the monster had struck. So...
That's pretty messed up.
They literally... So, based on some of the videos and stuff that I watched, there was a big group of guys, or... I'm assuming it was guys then, yeah. The army, they're like walking through. The very guy in the very back, the last person in the group, they grabbed him, and I don't know if they killed him by doing the punctures in his neck, or if he died and then they drained him of his blood.
They'd have killed him and then punctured him.
But the way that I watched it was, even if the people didn't believe that there was a vampire there, the CIA had killed someone so... like brutally that they just wanted to get out of there anyways.
Yeah.
I could see how that could hurt morale.
Yeah. Yeah, very bad.
Yeah.
You know, if say we were here and like, you know, China invaded and Bigfoot started, you know, slinging
Smashing
people around,
Yeah.
you know, I'd be a little less like. So
What? The cat?
Is it the cat? That scared me.
That
I thought I heard something outside, but the light went out. Well,
yeah, I
that really gave me bad vibes.
I feel like I felt a little cold for a second, you know. It's that moment where you're just like,
get the light back on.
I'm glad we got that on camera too, because you can probably see the moment in my like
face where you...
in my face. I was like,
The cat's right, and then the light. Went
yeah,
out,
the
and
light
I'm
went
like,
out was what
oh,
got
maybe
me.
it's
You were
not.
pretty stone cold about it though, Wyatt. You were like, oh.
That's the SSRIs.
Exactly. He's got it.
Like
There ain't no emotion.
Like, this is it.
54 was too many subscribers.
Yeah, they got us. That's funny. We talk about the CIA.
Yeah.
Immediately. Well, it was a good run.
We tried.
12 episodes. Not bad. We are not suicidal. We are not suicidal. We want to live.
Whether the full story is true or embellished, it highlights something chilling. Psychological warfare isn't always about propaganda, posters, or radio broadcasts. Sometimes it's about leaning on deep-rooted cultural fears and letting legend do the dirty work. If MKUltra was about hacking the mind chemically, the Philippine operation was about hacking the mind through culture and myth. So that's pretty scary, though. Like, they didn't even have to just be aggressive about it. They're like, we're going to use something that
Yeah.
is
That
already
locals
terrifying to
believe
them.
in.
Well, here's the thing is you don't gotta be when you're just like, yeah, we're gonna kill a guy, poke 2 holes in his neck, drain out his blood, and just leave him there in the middle of the woods.
Yep.
I'd be a little intimidated, I
Yep.
think.
Isn't that what, or not that, but was it Christopher Columbus that told the natives, like they knew that a blood moon was coming and they were trying to get food or something for a trip? It might have been.
That's probably happened. I think I've heard that.
It was
story
one
though.
of the great explorers or whatever, and they told them, they're like, my God will turn the moon blood red in 4 days or whatever if you don't bring us the food. Because they knew the moon was
It was
gonna turn
it was
red.
either that or the eclipse
Yeah,
or
and
something.
then the day comes by, and then the natives are like, oh, crap.
Well,
Which is
So
terrible.
they brought
That's
them a
so
bunch of
mean.
supplies and
But
stuff.
hey man, if
Doesn't
you're hungry,
surprise
you're
me.
hungry. You
Yeah,
know?
that doesn't
You're not
surprise
you
me
when
at
you're
all.
hungry.
Yeah. That's not a Snickers ad.
But no, I've heard like the same, and I'm sure that's happened multiple times
Oh,
in
I'm
history
sure.
where they're like, well,
We know
Hey.
a little bit more than you do, so we're going to
yeah.
use that to our
Hey,
advantage.
sounds like famine might be headed you guys away if we don't get what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, no, but
And,
yeah.
and women have learned to hone that skill, and we still use
Yeah.
it to this day.
To this day, gaslighting is the number one weapon of
Of the female Homo sapien.
I read this thing, and I don't remember what it was about, but basically the wife got very upset with the husband. She'd either make his lunch or make his breakfast or something like that. And when she was doing it, she said like, oh, you'll be able to tell, like, he said something about her not putting love into his food. Because, you know, like when women cook, it's like, with love, you can tell it's really good. So she would like slightly mess something up whenever she was mad at him. I don't know if he just didn't catch on, but he could always tell when she was upset with him because it wasn't made with love. It was just a little bit off.
And another thing you could do is say, hey, I'm unhappy about blank.
What fun would that be, though?
and
I can just put a little bit of salt in your coffee instead of
Yeah.
sugar.
you never make your food with love then. Huh?
Yeah. No doubt.
I'm just kidding. No.
I don't make food, so.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's better than a lady that tried to like kill her husband with a obscene amount. Was it bleach or something in his
Bleach
coffee?
or rat poison or
Or
something.
something
Oh,
like
dang.
that.
Yeah.
It was like I can't remember, but it was,
Was
like
he
an
growing like...
He was like
able
just
to-
sick all the time, I
Aw.
think. And she was like still trying to get him out and just couldn't.
like an obscene amount too.
Yeah.
You couldn't have put more thought into it. You know,
Yeah.
there's got to be a better chemical for that. You know, a little
Yeah.
cyanide, crush up some apple seeds or something. You know, like really put in some
Work.
work.
Doing some work, yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody's
rat
living.
Wasn't trying
poison.
hard enough.
Yeah, you know how small a rat is? That's like way smaller than a human being. Okay, you'd have to use a lot of that stuff to really get a guy down.
You have to have a lot.
You have to have 13
Are you serious?
or something like that. There's a seed you can have,
Yeah.
like you chew like 13 of them. It's enough cyanide to kill you.
But I don't think your body breaks it down fast enough.
Can't
that.
remember.
Something. And then I think like uncooked almonds, if they go bad, they have high
I've heard something
cyanide
like that
in
too.
them.
Which is crazy because like I think was it almonds that we were eating
Like
on the
more
playground?
people should have died.
Probably
so.
something.
Pecans.
was
Yeah.
pecans.
Those pecans did taste off though. Like in Edison.
Yeah,
Awfully
You
tart.
just eating
I'm glad
that,
we all experienced
making
the
rock
same.
makeup.
the exact like you know sit there crack them suckers out boom.
You know what? They had the pecans, There was the onions, the wild onions you could dig up.
Yeah.
Mustard packets if you brought a couple mustard packets from your
Were you guys
lunch.
making stuff? You guys
And then we
cooking
would
up?
make makeup with the rocks. You know, you crush those rocks up.
Yeah,
powder.
the powder.
One of the girls would come into class like after lunch, and she would have like
yeah.
craziest looking blush on.
Because there
ever.
was that one rock too that was flat on that side. You could really get them rocks down, dude.
Yep.
Grind them suckers up.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, I remember pecans though. I remember some.
I'm glad
pecans.
you were selling the diverse pecans.
And then I
not
think
just
I
the-
was also a blacksmith at one point for a mining company. That was all. We were digging for clay or something. I can't remember.
Oh, there was clay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
there was
clay. You
clay.
could dig for clay. And
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
was.
there was small jobs.
That playground was the best playground.
It felt
honestly.
like child labor. Almost, in a little way.
I think I sharpened
beautiful.
sticks.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Go up there and sharpen my sticks
know?
under a rock. Then
We were
I'd
ready.
tuck them under there, push some dirt on them.
You were practicing for prison. You were making shank. That's all you were doing, man.
Funny enough, people did get shanked on the playground
Yeah.
too. Like
I was a basketball court.
that was on the court.
It was
right?
on the basketball court. And it wasn't even like a homemade shank either. It was just like a regular pencil.
Nah, dang.
Number 2.
You know, it's still, it probably doesn't feel good.
No, I would guess not.
But no, yeah, that's crazy. That I think that we all literally had some task.
Yeah.
We all had a little job back in the day.
So the last one that we're going to talk about is psychic spies, which goes into the men who stare at goats. Starting in the 1970s, the CIA, Army, and later the DIA began pouring resources into something that sounds straight out of a comic book: psychic spying. This became known as the Stargate Project. Its focus was remote viewing. That's the ability to psychically see distant places and hidden objects. How did they pick candidates for this work? Sometimes psychics and mystics, sometimes ordinary soldiers who scored well on imagination tests, and in some accounts, even people who had near-death experiences.
I would love to take an imagine.
Yeah, I want to take an imagination.
I would love to see what is involved
Yeah.
They believed that,
Can you rotate an apple in
in
your
your mind.
Visualize it and rotate it.
like, how were they actually
Rotate a
testing
horse.
that? So,
Oh, well, you know, you tell them. Well, yeah.
yeah, did it.
Oh, it's rotating fast.
I see it. I see it.
Control.
Stop it. Stop.
Golly.
The training was both serious and absurd. Imagine a soldier sitting in a dark room, tasked with describing a Soviet submarine base on the other side of the world.
It's cylindrical.
I see it.
I see a propeller on the back.
They're men inside.
There's a periscope.
Reports would come back like, I see something metallic near water.
Yep. Hey, man, if that was my job, that'd be easy.
It's underwater.
I could tell you
Oh my
whatever you need to know. You know? Whatever you needed, I could find it on the spot.
Which, to be fair, is technically correct 90% of the
Yeah,
time.
he got it. He got it.
But every so often, the descriptions were eerily specific. So specific, in fact, that the intelligence officials could ignore it. Joseph McGonigal, one of the most well-known psychic spies, worked under the Stargate program for years. In 1979, U.S. intelligence got rumors that the Soviets were building a huge new submarine at a shipyard in a Russian name.
Didn't even
Severodvinsk.
To try it.
Severodvinsk.
Servodansk.
Severodvinsk.
That's exactly what you said. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Servodansk or something, probably.
Satellite photos weren't clear and they needed details fast. McGonigal sat alone in a small, dimly lit
Did
room.
he get to see the satellite photos? Is that?
He closed his eyes and was handed only coordinates, so he only had coordinates. In his mind, he described a massive building with doors so big they could swallow a football field. Inside, he said, was a submarine unlike any other with double hulls and long missile tubes. When the CIA compared his sketches with later satellite photos, they were stunned.
It is
McGonigal's-
cylindrical, dear
He's
God.
right. They have
got missile
torpedoes.
tubes on
Oh
it.
my God. They have a door to get it in and out of the building. Somebody get this guy in office.
McGonigal's drawing matched the Typhoon-class submarine, a secret Soviet project at the time, before it was ever seen by U.S. surveillance. Even skeptics admitted their resemblance was uncanny. And then there's the infamous tale behind John Ronson's book, The Men Who Stare at Goats, later turned into a movie.
Yeah.
I think I've seen a clip from that movie.
The movie
recently.
it has
I haven't seen the full
Clooney
movie,
in it,
but-
I think.
Yeah.
The movie's title comes from a real practice at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, where the Army's 1st Earth Battalion, an experimental unit, trained soldiers in psychic and unconventional skills. One exercise involved trying to stop a goat's heart with thought alone.
Imagine that's your job at the base.
Like
you're hanging out with your
buddies.
buddies.
That government pay and you're...
Yes, and you're talking about like what all you have to do that day. One guy's like, "Yeah, I've got to. Man, we've got a lot of bays to clean and you know a lot of paperwork to get done.
Some guy's behind you saying, "Do it."
You know, yeah, I got to kill a goat with my mind later. You
Do
know,
it.
it's probably gonna take all day. You know,
My eyes get awful tired.
yeah. God,
Former soldier Glenn Wheaton recounted seeing a special forces officer named Guy Savali place his hands on a goat and concentrate. Moments later, the goat reportedly keeled over. Stunned, but not dead. So people have arguments about
This
this.
is one of those goats that falls over when you mess with him.
you got to do it just by. He's just really grabbing the neck. Oh yeah, I can feel it.
Savali said he had learned to disrupt the heart rhythm
Oh,
through
yeah.
intense focus. So for the record, no goat was confirmed dead, but enough people claimed to see something happen to make it legendary. In the movie and the book, I'm assuming the goat dies.
Yeah.
And in the movie or the book, I don't think he even touches it at all.
Yeah,
I think
they're
it's
just
just
sitting
like
across from
just
it and
staring at it.
And you know what? And we're like, you know what? That's not going to be useful in warfare at
And
all.
you know what? Like let's
get rid of it.
spend
Yeah.
millions of dollars to see if someone can kill a goat with his mind. I think
I
that's
love
what we
it.
should spend our money
Hey,
on.
if you let me look at it every day for a few years,
I think I could get it down.
at one point, that goat
You know,
gonna die.
there's gonna be okay. You know what they say? Hey, and never do what you're good at for free, Brooklyn.
Yeah. No
You
doubt.
know, if you're really good at killing a goat with your mind, maybe you deserve the meal.
Well, let's take
Yeah.
a moment here because I think this is really important. I think that we should do an
I
imagination
think we
test
should all
right
go
now.
get a
Yeah.
goat.
Let me give you some coordinates, Mason, and I want
All
you
right,
to tell
hit
me
me.
what you see. What are coordinates? Why I don't even
Oh my
know all
God.
this.
Dash 45.
Give me a latitude and longitude.
You don't have to
I
give them
see it.
coordinates.
It's a field. Oh my God. There's trees. So many trees, grass. Oh my God. Some clouds in the sky. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I
Terrified.
bet if we go there, it'll be uncanny. You know? It'll be.
And that's exactly
Undeniable.
how I imagine it to be. And now I'm going to pay you $1 million for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the one of the weird conspiracies I never got behind was the psychic viewing and stuff.
No, like the remote viewing. That's one that I struggle with too because if it was possible, it would be a lot more prevalent and it would be used.
Who says it's not? Maybe I'm checking in. Seeing what y'all are up to, you know? All right.
If I knew of someone that claimed they could, I mean, I'd be interested in
Yeah.
seeing if they actually could, but I don't. I
Maybe
just
that's
don't
what
see
it's
it.
like whenever you go to the lady who figures out what's wrong with you. You
She's
know?
like, all right,
Indian
give me a
lady that
minute.
looks in your eyes.
Yep,
I don't know
they
that
got 'em
one guy
all.
went on Sean Ryan's podcast and he talked about it.
Really? What did he say?
Oh, he was one of the big ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he do it?
Kill a goat? No.
That's what I do with my power.
I'm just
You give
killing
me
goats.
psychic abilities. Oh, there ain't one goat
He just
safe.
worked for the CIA or whoever and done like that we want you to look at this submarine or we want you to tell us what's in this lockbox that's here and stuff like that. And supposedly he could do it, but
Like in a lockbox and stuff. We
Yeah.
need to do that. Listen, on the Patreon.
We'll look into locked boxes for $5 a month.
yeah.
We'll beat the government's contract by a lot.
Yeah.
The projects didn't stop there. Some officials believed in spoon bending, walking through walls, or using psychic healing on the battlefield. Major General Albert Stubblebine, one of the true believers, even claimed he tried to walk through the walls himself. Surprisingly,
I'd have liked to seen
the
that.
wall won.
Yeah. It got me this time. A little more practice.
All right.
Imagine you're
I just need to change my stride.
He wasn't focusing enough.
Yeah, I'm not as confident as I should be.
Imagine you're the psychic healer of the platoon. Like you're that guy.
Yeah, like somebody's got his leg off and
Yeah. Spurting blood.
yeah, and you're like,
Wasting time. He's literally.
Hold on, everybody shut up.
everybody shut up, I gotta focus.
Nobody
quiet.
move.
And the guy's legs just gushing blood.
I'd be so mad. Yeah. And imagine you're the guy.
Yeah.
Imagine somebody's like, all right, I've got you.
Like, where's the tournament? Give me a freaking tourniquet.
Like, what are we doing, man?
And he's like, no, we don't need that.
Yeah.
No, it's all right. I've studied.
You
I've walked through
deserve
walls.
E5 pay, sir. Congratulations. You've done it.
So, were these programs effective? More official evaluations say no.
Yeah.
Well,
They quit using them for.
we tried. You know, can't say we didn't do what we could.
If we know about it, it didn't work.
Yeah. The results were inconsistent, often vague, and not reliable enough for real operations. But the programs limped along for decades, partly because of the occasional hit, and partly because, well,
Money laundering.
what if it did work?
Yeah, you know, like, hey, that'd be pretty cool.
During the Cold War, no one wanted to risk falling behind in psychic warfare. Basically,
course.
they were like, Russia's spending money on this, so we're going to spend even more money.
If their guys can walk through walls and our guys can't, we'd look
yeah.
really silly.
Yeah.
Very.
If they can kill goats with their minds,
You know?
if they can bend a spoon with their mind.
Yeah. All
Like,
right.
what are we going to do
Imagine,
with that?
How do we
imagine
eat
how
our soup?
useful a soldier in war could be if he could bend a spoon with his mind.
All right.
The other guys are out there just,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
dinner time.
Like I can barely
They
get
wouldn't-
my spoon in my MRE. I wish
They would never be able to eat. They would be so
I wish
hungry.
I could bend this spoon.
They'd go without, you know, and here we are getting all the soup we want. Look at us go. $5 million to the psychic program.
And really, that's the heart of it. Whether dosing civilians with LSD, staging vampire attacks, or training psychic spies, the CIA and its military counterparts weren't always chasing science. They were chasing possibilities.
Maybe it'll work.
Maybe.
I feel like that's inspiring.
Yeah.
That is very inspiring.
Yeah.
So
You know?
inspiring. Now,
I'm
if
going to
only
put all my money
I
into
had an uncontrolled group of people that could pay me taxes and I could just play with the money.
I think that's a cult.
And them.
I think that's a cult.
I can play with them and the money because
I think that we could do that. We could probably start a cult. I think that. with
I don't know
enough
that I wanna go that
dedication,
far.
You know.
Yeah, and then I'll do my psychic healing.
And
on
yes,
the
we'll
members
all learn how to walk through walls.
Yeah.
And spins. You know, and that's how you ascend, right there.
I'll be like, here, take
you
this
have to
painkiller, and then I'm gonna fix your back.
Yeah. So drop some LSD. We'll see if we can't figure this out together.
Yeah.
Well,
I had heard of MK Ultra before. Obviously, that one's very well known.
but you
I
didn't
had
hear about
heard-
Ted Kaczynski? That
I
is
feel like
impressive.
I feel like I did. Like hearing that afterwards, I feel like
Yeah.
I've heard about it. I've heard about the vampires, but I had never heard of the men who stare at goats until you
That's
brought it up to me,
surprising.
which is so strange.
I think I just found out about it recently.
Really?
Because of like a TikTok
Yeah.
movie clip.
Like the remote viewing and everything. I did
think
not
I heard
know
of it 3 or 4 years ago.
of the Stargate project, and I think
I've heard
that's
of
my
Stargate.
favorite. But it's because it's so absurd that we spent, and this was over a span of over 20 years. I
Oh,
think.
I'm sure we spent millions and millions.
The
and
amount of
millions
projects
dollars
that they
on it.
were, I had it on my phone. It was so many projects that started out that had not involved like the military yet. It was just like scientific. So it was project after project after project until they got to the Stargate project where they started involving the military.
And then they're like, maybe we just need some more guys. You know?
You know?
Maybe it's just we need that one guy.
Maybe they can just
Yeah.
bend the spoons with their hands instead of their mind.
That's useless. Who wants a
spend the money?
hand bent spoon?
It's not special enough.
You know? And it's like the dead gum pen we made or whatever for NASA.
Yeah.
Hey, we spent a couple $1 million. making a pen that'll work on zero G, the Russians bring a pencil.
Yeah.
Who really won? I think
No doubt.
You know what? Forget it.
Some of it is documented fact, some remains in rumor, conspiracy, or half-destroyed files, but all of it reveals something unsettling. When the stakes are high enough, governments are willing to explore the strangest, darkest corners of human belief and consciousness. And maybe that's the scariest part. Not the LSD, not the vampires, not even the goat staring. It's knowing that in the pursuit of power, the line between science, myth, and madness can disappear entirely.
Thank you, government.
Thank you.
We love you.
We love our roads.
Yes. God bless the USA.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us in today's episode. If you enjoyed this, make sure to like and subscribe. We want to hear from you. Leave topic ideas in the comments below, or find our email in the description to send us your scary stories.
And if you're from the CIA, I bet I could describe some more submarines.
Yeah.
So
If you
want to
ever
pay
need
me,
to recruit Mason,
if you need to give a couple mil to a guy, I could make it happen.
I can tell you what a wheel would look like on the enemy vehicle.
I could get some psychic powers for a couple $1 million. So
I can promise you I'll develop them.
I'm your guy. Contract me out. Email us at Fear and Flame for you down below. And we'll get back to you.
Yeah.
find us here next time on the Fear and Flame podcast. Bye.
See ya.